All right, back from our dinner break. Yeah, I'm Gabriel Hernandez. This is Alicia Yo, and we are playing Troika, where Headstrong Cute Demon Stalker has just vanquished four Drox by feeding them arrows
Mm.
from her belt. And yeah, I believe yeah, you had just moved into this hex and dealt with them. You are hurting. They did put a hurting on you with their bitey bites.
Yeah, so I'm gonna snack on a provision here.
Okay.
So I've taken one out of my inventory and I get 1d6.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no. You know that worm jerky
I
just doesn't hit the same.
It's not hitting for me. Yeah. Uh that's fine. Um yeah, okay. I'm gonna head towards the tower. But I wanna
All right. You want to sneak?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of trying to stay low key here.
Okay, so you rolled under on sneak.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you approach the tower and do not seem to be noticed. Uh, the tower is it has an entrance at the front. It is the only entrance to the tower,
Yeah.
and yeah, there are a couple of bird folk like coming and going from the tower, but they seem pretty dull-eyed.
Is it guarded?
If it was, it would be by them, and they seem pretty dull-eyed. They're not super aware of you.
Okay.
You are also sneaky.
All right. And what time of day is it in game?
It is 3 p.m.
Um,
So early afternoon, about tea time.
yeah, I'm gonna head north. I'm gonna try to head back to town
Okay.
after a whole night of watering the forest and chasing down a pig.
So,
I'm fucking tired.
so you just kind of case the joints. You like poke around,
Yeah,
just peek, and then you're like, you know what, I'm fucking out of here. All right, cool.
yeah.
So by 4 p.m., you wander into the jungle and encounter something. Yes. You have found. So while you're walking through the jungle, you run into six bird folk,
Okay.
feathered folk. They are. Yeah. They. They're in heated debate, the six of them,
Okay.
about the validity of Omakala's religion and Chichianity, the other religion.
Chichi was the penguin guy?
Yeah, Chi-Chi's the penguin guy.
Okay.
And they seem at this point to be doubting the whole lot. Um, and one of them actually mentions that the only person they've seen showing any kind of godly character in this region is the newly arrived rabbit person, that demon stalker who showed up. That person seems like a real gem, showing the kind of forgiveness and mercy that a god would show. Maybe they're made of the a shard of the great god of the time egg.
Hmm. cool.
Do you want to interrupt their little conversation, or you want to sneak on by, or
Um,
they have not noticed you?
yeah, I'm gonna interrupt. I'm just gonna like, you know, try to look a little more haggard than I do. Be like, please help me. I was ambushed by some drugs.
Oh,
Desperate need of
oh,
aid.
oh, my my lord! I speak and you manifest. Amazing. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. Roll 1d6.
Yeah.
Got a
Okay.
2.
Two of them immediately drop to their knees and begin like bowing and doing supplications to you. The other four are like, "Oh yeah, you actually do look pretty beat up. Like, are you gonna be okay?" And yeah, they offer to help you. How can we help you?
I'm in desperate need of provisions. I'm heading back toward town, but I'm afraid of what might happen on the way there.
All right, yeah. Here, just eat these, and they hand you like a little handful of seeds.
Okay. Thank
Fucking
you.
munch
It's
the
very
seed.
kind of you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. There are provisions. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. I got a 6.
6 hit points back to the seeds, though. Better than the fucking worm jerky. I'm
All
telling you.
right. Oh, thank you so much. Um,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my friends here seem pretty convinced that you're a god. Are you? I kind of done you right. Like, do I get like, a good afterlife, or maybe I don't know, some absolve some of my sins, or maybe I don't know.
I
Do you do any?
surely been blessed for helping a person in need.
You blessed me. I've been blessed. I've been blessed, guys. And he takes off all of his clothes and goes running into the woods. I'm blessed! Now there are only 5 feathered folk.
Wonderful.
And if you want to pick them up, you can grab his clothes.
Uh, what are they?
Oh, it's just like basically like an acolyte smock. He
Okay.
apparently was an Omakalan acolyte.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna shove it in my bag.
Cool.
So I'll call it a Omakala smock.
Yeah. Omakalan smock.
It's a fucking keyboard.
This fucking keyboard.
I think I'm in handy later.
Like what a time.
Yeah. I'm just gonna the ones that were kneeling, but like, could you offer me some way of protection on my way back to the village, or at least some guidance on the best way to go?
Oh, they look back and forth to each other. They say, Of course, my lord. We'd be happy to guide you home. Just ignore these non-believers." And yeah, the other 3 are like, well, whatever, and wander off back towards Omakala. While these 2, one of them takes you by the hand, and the other one grabs the machete and starts whacking away at the jungle in front of you, and holding a lantern up. So if it gets dark by the time you're traveling, you will still be traveling at an hour per clip with their guidance.
Wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's head north.
you're gonna head north. All right.
Or wait. Uh, yeah, let's go back to where that hand hill thing.
Okay. Handed hill.
Gonna ask my followers.
5 p.m.
What is this? Pretend I never saw it before.
Yeah. This This hill has been here since before our civilization came to live here. But there are cyclops on this in this sphere, and they don't really stop growing. At a certain point, like the parent would be many hundreds of times larger than the child, and so we imagine this is probably the remains or what remains of the remains of the parent of one of the cyclops that live here.
Oh, a cyclops hand.
You
Huh.
can't tell that it's a cyclops hand because they don't have any eyes on their hands. And the
Right.
distinguishing characteristic of a cyclops, of course, is that they only have one eye.
Yeah, all right, cool. Thanks for the history lesson, guys.
Yeah,
Uh,
no worries.
so yeah, I guess we'll go back through the tubers. Best to stay out of the foresty areas, I think.
Okay, 6. Alright. And no random encounters. It is now 6 p.m.
Okay, north.
Okay. It is now 7 p.m. And no random encounter.
Northeast, I guess.
Okay. Into the mushroom woods. No random encounter. 8
All right,
p.m.
northeast again into town.
All right. Yes, you make it back to town at 9 o'clock p.m. And yes, the two feathered folk who have brought you to town look shiftily as they enter town and like kind of hurry you off to one of their homes. And they're like, just follow us. You should stay with us. Stay underground. Chi Chi is viciously jealous, and we don't want their followers to molest you in any way. Like obviously, you're the real god around here, so we're gonna worship you. But like until we get everybody else on board, it might be dangerous for you and us for you to be seen out in the streets here.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Can I I guess I'll just do an unskilled roll. Can I just try a roll to see if anything about what they're saying seems deceptive
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can just roll a versus.
versus unskilled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, everything they're saying seems above board. Seems about right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with them.
Cool. Yeah, you are led to one of their homes, and yeah, you're introduced to their family. There's some chicklets. The mama bird. There's actually like kind of like a couple of males in the family that are like the male family part of the bird family.
Okay.
So it's kind of poly. But yeah, and they like show you to a pile of twigs and scraps that is your bed nest thing.
All right.
And yeah, they offer you another meal, so you're welcome to have another provision before you
Yeah,
go to bed.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
And
Roll into six.
yeah, and roll a
I
d6.
got four.
And yeah, they kind of start like interrogating you is maybe a strong word, but they're definitely kind of leaning towards the so what does your religion offer, like in terms of it, kind of similar to that the other guys like questioning about like, well, this is really nice, dude. I got like some blessings or whatever. So yeah, so how do you respond to that?
Um, I mean, yeah, what do you fucking say? Uh, Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know. I'll just feel like I'm very tired and I need to rest. But I can see that your family is plenty. You've already been uh I don't know, blessed with family. Uh yeah.
All right, you've blessed my family. Wonderful, excellent. And yeah, he runs out into the other room. He starts yelling at his family. He's like, "We've been
So,
blessed. We've been
sounds
totally
like
blessed."
they've gone and been made many of themselves. So
Yeah,
you know.
totally. I hear what you're saying. I think it should be pretty clear to you at this point that they hear what they want to hear, kind of
Hmm.
regardless of what you say. So
Hmm.
yeah, welcome to religiousness, I guess.
Hmm.
All right, so yeah, and yeah, do you just turn in for the night?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna advance the clock by 8 hours. You are well rested. Go ahead and roll for your I guess your stamina
Your
recovery
stamina.
and your luck recovery.
Oh wait, I get 2d6 for my stamina.
When you rest for 8 hours, yes.
Yeah, cool. Well, I got a 12. Amazing. But I actually had 15 because they fed me and stuff, so it's cool.
Yep.
And then my luck is 1d6.
I think it's also 2d6. Let me double
You
check.
too? Okay. I'll do one now.
For every 8 hours
So,
of rest, you may regain 2d6 luck.
okay, yeah. I rolled just one and I got 3, so it's
Okay.
back up to
Yeah,
8
you're fine.
anyway.
You're back up to 8. Bye.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, it is now 5 o'clock in the morning. And you wake up. You want to roll over?
What do you mean?
I mean, I think we both know what would happen if either one of us woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna roll over and
All
see
right.
see if these guys are gonna house me for breakfast or something.
At 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
they finally rouse you. And yeah, they rouse you in a very like peculiar way.
Okay.
Basically, so they're raising you with prayers, but they're the prayers that Chi Chi taught them to do, and they're kind of
Mm,
they're unsure as to whether or not those prayers are good enough for you, or if that's like what you like.
mm.
So they're kind of hesitantly praying at you, um, and like, yeah, how do you react?
Uh, I don't know. I'll be chipper. Like, oh, good morning. What a, a wonderful morning.
Okay, yeah. So your positive reaction reinforces their
Hmm.
bias, and they more confidently invoke their prayers at you. And also, they seem a little happy at this. Like, oh, sweet, we don't have to learn any new stuff. This just works with the old stuff. It's great. And yeah, they invite you out to have breakfast with their family. It's Seed again,
Hmm.
and yeah, they ask you what your plans are for the day.
Um, yeah, thank you so much for all of the food. It's just been wonderful. You need to pack some into my bag. Do you have any recommendations for where or what provisions I could acquire?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, they don't sell it at the market, but there is. Gosh, let's think of it. Little, which you can just call her Little,
Hmm.
is a. It's kind of like she, she's the worm farmer. But she takes the worm milk and seed and makes like a really nutritious like seed bar
Okay.
that doesn't spoil and it's really tasty.
Ah, that sounds wonderful. Where can I find her?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
she's in the northernmost part of town, so like to the north it kind of bleeds off. So actually, it's hard to describe this like without kind of showing you, but like the world wraps at the edges. So
okay.
there isn't like while you see above you is an empty square, it's not an empty square. It's actually a jungle, and it's currently at the bottom of the map. That makes sense. You're on a sphere, so like each of the sides wraps
Okay.
around.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
she's
let's
on the northernmost side.
I'm gonna thank them all for their kindness and head off to the farm.
Oh! Hold on. Remember, rumors have been going around that you're in fact a god. I'm sure Chi Chi has caught wind of these rumors. You're almost certainly not going to want to be walking around town undisguised.
Right. That is a very good point. Um, yeah, how about I appeal to my hosts so I can throw on this Omicron smock. Do you guys have like a big hat or anything, so we don't tip anyone off about my presence here?
Oh, actually, my chicks made you this last night in anticipation of this very moment, and they pull out. It's like how to describe this? It's like a cashmere sweater kind of hoodie made entirely of feathers.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's got like in the front of the hood, it's got kind of like a hard plate of what looks like a giant nut husk.
Okay.
So it kind of looks like a beak.
Cool.
Yeah. And between that and the smock, you should pretty much just look like a bird person. I have a feeling she's getting something to put on.
Put on my beak.
Your beak. Nice. All right, cool. And yeah, you start heading through town towards the farm in the north. Yeah, I think your disguise is so convincing
Okay. Cool.
that a few people mistake you for an actual feathered folk, and like call out to you like, "Oh, hey, Bill," but like you just went back. You're like, "Oh, what's up?"
I smile and wave. I keep
Okay,
going.
cool. All right, well, have a good day then. We'll catch up later. And yeah, you make it to Little's place,
Cool.
and they are busy. They are working a farm because they work a farm.
Yeah. Totally. Okay. Um. So I can see like worms, big worms on the farm.
Yeah, so it's there's a barn with worms in it, with giant worms like living in it.
Okay.
And then there's like holes in the barn's floor. So there's more worms down there. Like most of the worms obviously live underground. There's like a pasture with snails in it and slugs, and they're just kind of all over the jungle stuff, like they're munching the plants there. They're grazing. And yeah, and then there's also like a small crop of different things growing that are all look like edible plants from this jungle.
Okay. Cute. What was the farmer's name again?
Little?
Little? Okay.
Well, so it's that sound repeated a bunch of times. A little,
Yeah.
little. Um, so probably like that.
Sure. Okay. Uh, yeah, so I guess I'll approach them and be like, "Hey, good morning."
Give me just a moment. Good morning, dearie. She's lifting stuff. She's moving stuff. She's like, how can I
Yeah.
help you?
Yeah, and I'd really on a high recommendation that you make a very delicious nut and seed bar, and I would like to
Oh,
stock up.
Sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna be heading out into the jungle, and I want to make sure I have something
Oh
to tide
gosh,
me over.
why would you head out into the jungle? There's nothing but tigers and death out there.
I mean, that's fair. I just heard from some people, they're not so sure about this Omokala character. I'm gonna go investigate for myself.
Oh gosh, you're going to go sort out things with Omakala, huh? All right. Well, yeah. Good luck. Hey, if you see my cousin, uh, come with another bird name, um, Twee. That'll be his name.
Okay.
Um, Actually, no, it'll be her name. Sorry, Twee. So Little and Twee. If you see my cousin, see if you can get her to come home. Um, yeah, she went with them, and I need help around this damn farm. Like, if she were to come home, it'd really help. Anyway, let me finish up what I'm doing here. I'll meet you in the kitchen. It's right around the corner. Treat yourself to a cup of coffee, and then I'll get you a seed bar sorted out straight away. Okay?
Great. Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So you go around to the okay.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you go to the kitchen, and yeah, there is a couple of chicks in the kitchen snacking on some stuff. And
Hmm.
when you arrive, they are chicks, so they kind of barrage you with questions,
Okay.
and like yank on your stuff, and
Hmm.
they're just like, "Oh, where'd you get this smock? That's so weird. Oh, why does your beak look so weird?" Like they just kind of beak at you.
Hmm.
And yeah, so how do you deal with that?
Um, I grin and bear it.
Okay, cool. Just take it. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, their mother obviously little arrives pretty
Hmm.
shortly and shoos them away. It's like, I'll leave our guest alone. She doesn't need any of your bullshit. Um, and she's like, all right, I've got some bars around here. How many do you need?
Yeah, I mean, would you take pence for them? And, can I trade you? Like what?
Oh yeah, silver pence, absolutely. It's 2 silver pence per ration.
Okay. Let me think. Yeah, I'll take I don't know. If I took 8, then I would have 10. Well, I guess so I can have up to 20 rations or provisions, I mean.
I don't know. Does it say that on your character sheet?
Oh, like there's just a grid where the check marks go, and it's 5 by 4.
Yeah, let me see what the rule book says about it. If you want.
Mhm.
Positions. Weird. The character sheet in the Troika book only has room for 14. You start the game with 6. Yeah, it doesn't seem to say anything about how many you can carry. So, yeah, I think you're fine to carry
Oh,
as many as you want to buy.
I mean, I'll get a dozen then. It's 14 if that seems like where you're supposed to max out. Um, yeah, I'll take 12.
Great, amazing. Yeah, so 24 silver pence.
Okay. Uh, so I have 27 left. Can you fucking do math? Okay.
So yeah, you had 51.
12. I had 52.
Then it would be 28.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. Before I head out here, is there anything I can help you with on the farm? You were saying you wanted your cousin to come back and help you.
Oh my gosh, would you? Do you actually help out with farm
Yeah,
chores?
absolutely.
All right, cool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I don't know. I personally don't know enough about doing things on a farm for this to be a super engaging exercise. But I will have you
That's
roll.
fun, but it's a worm farm. So just make something up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be hilarious for you to have to milk some worms, just because I think
Yeah, let's
that's
do it.
ridiculous. So yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead and roll unskilled. Roll under.
roll under
Yeah.
worm milking.
Yay! You successfully milk a gallon of worm milk.
Can I add that to my skills? Remember we did
Yes.
the spill drinks accidentally on purpose?
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
Yes. Okay,
what
hold
do you
on.
want to call it? Do you want to fill it in?
No, you can fill it in, and it's
Okay,
milking worms, milking giant
mil-
worms.
milking giant.
Yeah. In fact,
Okay,
I'm gonna go post that over on the Milsonian Council chat right now for skills, so I
nice.
don't lose it. Skill making this shit up.
And then what do I put in the? So at the end of the game, I put in the rank or skill mod or no? Wait, do I just make it like 6 because that's what my base skill is? I'm trying to remember what we did for the spill drinks accidentally.
Sorry, what was the question?
Like, what are you filling in the numbers here?
For unskilled?
Yeah, well,
Zero.
like there's 2 columns, rank and skill
Yeah, so your rank is
mod.
0. Skill will be
Yeah,
whatever your skill is,
yeah, that's what I was
but it's
asking.
already it fills itself in. I think if you put in the
I
first one.
didn't. It didn't. That's why I asked.
Let me see here.
Like, it's fine now. I put in 0 and then it added 6.
Oh yeah. If
Yeah.
you have to put in the empty rank, and then it puts in the stuff. Cool.
Okay, cool. So I can use that at
Yeah,
some
you
time.
can mark that as succeeded too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You didn't manage to successfully accidentally spill a drink on purpose, right? Last game, or did you?
No, I did. That's why we put it in there.
Okay, but you didn't
Yeah.
skill it up. That's right.
No, I didn't use it again.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, sweet.
All right.
Nice.
I didn't choose to like at the end of the game try to put one up.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that took you 2 hours.
Sure.
So it is now 8 o'clock. Is that right? No. Jeez.
I woke
That
up
can't
at
be right.
6 and I left their house and I'm still within town. So you're just assigning me time based on what I'm doing because I haven't left this hex, right?
Right. It said 18, which is 12 is midnight. So 6. Okay, so 18 is 6 o'clock. So
Hmm.
20 is 8 o'clock. So it's now 8 o'clock.
Hmm.
Okay. And yeah, where would you like to go?
Uh, yeah, I'll head to that mushroom forest.
All right.
Retrace my steps.
All right. Yeah, you wander into the mushroom forest and encounter no monsters.
Well, I'm gonna bop south.
You head into the jungle, and no encounters here either.
Southwest.
Into the tubers. No encounters here either.
Okay, and south.
Seems like a quiet day in the jungle.
Great.
Hold on. It is now.
Was that like 3 hours?
It is now noon.
It's noon. Okay.
So
Yeah. I'll hit the tower. I'm gonna see if I can roll sneak. You succeed.
okay. You sneak into the tower grounds.
Cool. So I think last time you said there were just feather folk coming and going like NBD.
Yep.
So I'll just, walk in like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure. You're disguised as an Omacalan feathered folk, and so yeah, you head right through the door, right past another feathered folk who like nods at you,
Mhm.
and you go up the stairs of the tower to the tippy top, and at the tippy top, there is Omakala sitting in a grandiose chair in front of a large orb. And
Okay.
inside of the orb, you can see the face of a monstrous demon. And that demon is kind of chewing him out for taking so fucking long. The
Sorry.
the feathered folk in front of you has just like picked up a plate of what was obviously like remaining like food remains, like Omakalan had
Hmm.
just eaten, and so they're taking that out as you arrive.
Okay.
What do you do?
Uh, yeah, have I like heard how they speak about or to Omakala? No, I
Huh.
guess I haven't seen him yet.
No, he's sitting in the chair. He's right there in front of you.
No, no, I meant like how the feather folk interact with him. But,
You haven't seen anybody interact with him but this demon.
yeah. So I don't know if speaking to him is a faux pas or not. But so he's in the middle of this conversation with this demon chewing him out.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say it's really much of a conversation. He's just kind of taking an ear beating for it.
Uh, yeah. Uh, I'll just try to be like, so sorry to interrupt. I have news for you. Oh, great and wise one.
Yeah. All right. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Tower wizard. Oh shit! Did I not link it? All right. Tower Wizard Makala. Thank you. Yes, the Tower Wizard Makala. What is he currently? What is his state? 5. Yeah, he kind of shoots his eyes over at you, like eyes you up and down, and kind of reaches for your butt.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes to grab your tuchus. It says he is inappropriate, so he is going
Mm.
to be inappropriate.
I see. I just swat his hand away.
Okay, now he's going to be confused. 'Cause
Okay.
normally these things are mind controlled,
All
and
right.
in fact, the demon has kind of stopped yelling at him at this point and is like has a curious look on his face. Is
Like,
everything all right over there?
no.
What are you who are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm saying no, everything's not all right.
Yeah, what are you saying to Omakala? You haven't been talking.
Uh, you're, I don't know. I don't know what you call it. Colleague, Beagle Mouse, dead.
His eyes widen. And yeah, he is going to draw his weapon. You ready to do battle with a fucking tower wizard?
Yeah, I'm ready to throw down and be like, for consorting with demons, you,
I love it. I
you're
fucking love
being
it.
put to the same measure.
Nice. So he gets 3 initiatives, but he's the only one in the fight besides you. And he strikes fast. Fool! I will cut you. And he rolls
You gonna make him talk like the monarch?
18 to hit. You will rule the day!
All right.
Rusty venture! Sorry.
I've drawn my sword.
Oof. Yeah,
Not fast enough.
He has bopped you with his staff, doing 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And let's see how many he's got. Tar Wizard has 12. Cool. Next. It is your turn, Headstrong Cute.
All right. Fire with my bow.
Okay.
Yikes. Not doing so good here.
Jeez. All right.
Got me shook.
Yeah, he also rolled an 18 again and bops you with his staff again. This time doing 4 points of damage again.
Okay.
And next turn, it is enemy turn. So, Tower Wizard. And he is going to cast, I think, Jolt at you. So let's see what that looks like. Jolt. Electricity, it ignores armor towards a target. So he loses 1. Oh no, he doesn't use stamina to cast it. He just casts it. And then I think he rolls under his skill. Or oh yeah, it's a contested. Is it a contested roll? How do spells work? To cast a spell, you must roll under your skill and the spell you wish to cast. Double ones. Okay. And enemies. Why are they different? Skills, initiative. Do not spend luck. They use the same number to climb a rope or as to hit as to cast a spell. So he rolls under his skill, which he succeeded, meaning he cast Jolt on you successfully. And so Jolt's page 62 hits you for 7 points of damage as a bolt of magical energy smacks into you.
How many points of damage?
7.
7?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And it is your turn.
Yeah. I'll fire with my bow.
Okay. He rolled the 21. Hitting you with his staff. And doing... Staff of 5 is 4 points of damage, which I think knocks you out. You're unconscious?
Yep, I'm out.
Okay, you're at 0. Hold on a sec. Let's see what 0... Let's see what 0 stamina does. Hello? Of course, I'm searching for the most common word in the fucking document. Get back to the beginning here. Stamina. If you find your games are too fatal, the turnover character is too much to bear that you may optionally allow characters who have died to test their luck and instead of dying be incapacitated, would have saved some bizarre twist of fate. Running out of stamina. When reduced to 0 stamina, you are in danger of dying and must be healed in order to survive. If this is during an initiative round, the next time the end of the round is drawn, you die. If this happens out of initiative, your friends have one opportunity to heal you, restoring you to 1 stamina, or else you are dead. So, let's see what happens. It's I hit next turn. It's his turn. And he is going to go ahead and roll. He rolled a 19. Go ahead and roll your attack. Okay, so a 16 doesn't beat him. So he does hit you again. I'm not even going to bother telling you how much damage because it's irrelevant. And let's see what the next thing is. Okay, so now it's the end of the round, which is when you would normally die. You're going to test your luck.
Okay.
You succeed. So, you are... Okay. So you are about to fall to this wizard who is beating your ass.
Mm-hmm.
When suddenly, from the stairs at the back of the room, your night pig emerges. And let's see, they do not have any kind of healing spell, but they are going to bum rush the wizard and knock him into his portal. So I'm going to try that. All right. Yeah, so the night pig ends up pushing himself and the wizard into the ball, the globe,
Like where the demon was yelling
where
from?
the demon was yelling from.
Okay.
And they just kind of disappear into this ball, into this globe.
What?
Yeah, and then it goes dark. You can kind of hear it now, like you didn't notice it before, but now that it's gone, there was kind of a hum coming out of this tower and out of that globe that have stopped now, and you
Okay.
hear the sounds of confusion down below.
They're not.
Right. And yeah, you're blurry eyed. You're bleeding to death. You are about to die when some feathered folk rush up, find you, collect you up, and start tending to your wounds. But you have suffered a grievous wound, so you will now add to your character a scar or some kind
Okay.
of malformation that is caused by this. By the time you were destroyed by the Omakala.
Yeah, didn't he hit me with a thunderbolt? I think I should have like burn mark scars,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
I
get to
wish
decide what it is that is deformed about you from it. But yeah, you are marked.
Yeah, where do I write that?
Yeah, it's a good question. Let me see what does your character sheet not have any space for anything like that? Probably not, huh?
Special, like we copied the stuff from there. Can I add to that?
You absolutely can. Also, actually, I would just put it under wearing.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yes, it's kind of like a clothing. It's not really clothing, but it's kind of like a clothing.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Uh,
One better. Put it in your inventory. That makes it make sense. It literally takes up space in your inventory. You can't carry
something.
something because of the scar that
Yeah,
you
because I
have.
have a grievous wound.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah. Uh, pattern of scars. There's not a lot of room here. That's fine. Pattern of scars. Good.
Cool.
From the lightning damage.
Nice. All right. So go ahead and put yourself back at 1 hit point or 1 stamina. And you have kind of successfully freed the feathered folk of
For
Omakala.
now. Yeah.
So you do end up finding Twee.
Okay.
And yeah, they basically spend the evening nursing you back to health. So The next 8 hours is you sleeping and trying to
Okay.
recover.
Cool.
So at 9 p.m., you kind of wake to being you're basically being forced water and food.
Okay.
And
Am I still in the tower?
you are still in the tower. Actually, yes, they have
Okay.
just used the tower as like a place to kind of be for now.
The old hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you can go ahead and roll 2d6 for your stamina recovery, and
Okay.
1d6 for rations that are being fed to you.
Okay. I got a 4 for the stamina. I just remembered I also tested my luck. I did bump that down.
It
And
won't matter because you just bumped. You just took
sure,
an 8 hour
yeah.
net rest.
Uh, 1d6 for a ration.
Yep.
Okay, I got 3. Yeah, I guess I don't need to roll for the luck. I'll just put it back.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, they inform you that even though it is nighttime, they are planning on leaving this place and going back to Kaka to try and get as far away from here as possible. So
yeah, I think that's a good idea. Can we trash this place in any way before we go? Like the portal they fell into, can it be broken? Is it broken?
yeah, it does. It's actually not there anymore. So it's like they fell
Okay.
into a hole and just kind of sucked
Uh-huh.
the hole into itself. So it's not there
Okay.
anymore.
Can we still trash this place on the way out?
You're in no real shape to like physically
Okay.
trash a place.
What can I
They
convince
they
them to trash it?
they've kind of already picked over it a bit and kind of done
Okay.
some damage. So yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Is there anything like money wise, anything to take here of interest?
They have taken it.
They have to.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, let's GTFO.
All right, cool. Yeah, so same rules as before with the guides. You'll be moving at standard speed.
Cool. Yeah.
And yeah, is there a specific route you'd like to take?
No, I'm following them. I'm like you said, I'm pretty fucked.
Okay, yep. There are 9 bird folk with you. And you move north. 10 p.m. Random encounter in the forest. The jungle. What did I roll? Is it 2? Okay, well, I'm going to swap these because it doesn't make sense for that. They're attacked by 1d6 tigers. 6 tigers
Oh God.
come out of the jungle and start picking off feathered folk. Would you like to stay for the melee or would you like to flee?
I think I need to flee.
That's
Are they
totally
gonna flee
fine.
with me?
Some of them will, but some of
Okay.
them are going to die. I'm just going to say
God
it.
damn it.
It's nothing I
Yeah.
can do about it. All right.
This is nature.
Yep, this is nature. Nature is healing. So yes, 4 of the feathered folk fall to the tigers. And so it is you and 5 feather folk remaining who have fled to the north. And so it's 11 p.m. And we roll. Fortunately, the tubers are safer. And you continue again to the north at midnight. Still no encounters here. You head into the mushroom forest at 1 a.m. Sorry, that's 13. And no encounters there. You make it back to town at 2 a.m. Exhausted, beaten, but bringing with you 5 survivors of the Omakala cult
Mhm.
and mind control bullshit that went on, who have now been returned to their families. Word quickly spreads across town that you are clearly the savior sent to these people, and must be one of the trillion god shards that left the time egg. It is very clear that Chi-Chi considers you a rival and like has started to kind of send out dissenters to like question your legitimacy and talk shit about you in public. Of course, this doesn't happen like overnight, but it does happen relatively quickly. And you are told in secret via note that Chi-Chi is not who they appear to be. That the evidence of their arrival hides near the mountains to the east. And if you are able to go and investigate them, you will find that Chi-Chi is likewise lying and deceiving these people in similar ways to Omokala.
All right.
And yeah, I think that's probably our game for tonight. I think like we could keep going, but I think like this is a good stopping point. We've built up a lot of tension. Like next
Yeah,
game, you
I
can
think so.
kind of dig
I
into
was
the
just
rest of the
wondering
stuff.
if we could like if the feathered friends who took me in before, my followers, if they would put me up for the night. Obviously, I need someone to tend to my wounds.
Yes, so
That was me.
your followers have grown.
Yeah.
Now Little is among them, as you brought her cousin Twee back.
Mhm.
So yeah, you now have 7, I think, followers here in town that are like close enough to you, like you know. And yes, you very easily find a place to sleep, and are provided for provisions wise. We're just gonna tick a day, and
Okay.
I will have you probably start your next day, your next game day,
Mhm.
at 22. So it'll be 10 a.m.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and treat yourself with whatever, a ration and a rest.
Yeah, so we got so we rested, so 2d6 for my stamina.
Yeah.
I got a 7. Yeah.
1d6 for a provision.
Um okay. Like they're just giving me some?
Yep. They're just feeding you.
Okay. Cool. Lovely. I got a 4.
Cool. So you're back up
So
to
back
full
up.
health.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
And since it's the end of the session, why don't we go ahead and you can pick out what skills you would like to try and improve?
Right. Yeah. I get 3.
Yeah, you can pick 3 skills that you succeeded in using this turn or this game.
Yeah. So sword fighting, bow fighting. Uh, yeah. And let's do sneak.
Okay, so training and learning new skills. How to advance. The next time you get a chance to rest and reflect upon your journey, with 3 advanced skills. Okay, so you roll 2d6. If you roll over your current skill total, so the advanced skill plus your skill, you may increase it
Mhm.
by 1. So your current skill. So let's just think about this for a second. So you want to pick stuff that you can win, right? That you can succeed at. So over the skill, so advanced skill rank plus skill. So to increase sword fighting, you'd have to roll over 8. To increase bow fighting, you'd have to roll over 9. And what
Okay.
was the other one that you wanted? Sneak?
Sneak.
Okay,
Roll
so
over
yeah, you have
7.
to roll over 7. So go ahead and roll those 3.
It's 2d6 for.
Yeah, so roll 2d6 and try and roll over.
Okay. So I got a 5.
So sword fighting did not improve.
No. Yeah.
An
An
11!
11.
Holy shit,
Nice.
your bow fighting went up.
Nice.
Yeah, so go ahead and change your bow fighting rank to 4.
That's the first column.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's updated to 10.
Nice.
I'll just uncheck all these because we're
Yep.
done with that part now. Yeah, and then my sneak. That was the last one I picked. Also an 11.
Holy smokes, you improve your sneak as well. Very nice.
So that's 2 now. So it's 8. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Sweet.
Awesome. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, so you got 28 silver pence. You've got a pretty nice little stock of provisions. Dare say you've had some wild experiences and just a dash of adventure.
Yeah.
And you are now the focus of a strange religious cult led by bird people. I
Mm-hmm.
hope you had a lot of fun playing. I know I
You
had a
did.
lot of fun running. And yeah, I can't wait for the next very strange adventure of Headstrong Cute in Chapultepec. Thanks for playing.
Special mention to Toodles for saving my life.
Yeah,
The little witch pig
yeah,
toppling
little night
Amakala.
pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, the underdog. In fact, you will run into them later. You can
Okay.
guarantee
Cool.
it. So yeah.
Toodles is not dead yet.
Well, I mean, I didn't say they weren't dead. I just
Yeah.
you will see them later.
I said yet.
Yes, there you go. All right, cool. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I guess we should do a little bit at the end. Watch our DM. Go get our stuff. We do Troika stuff. We do D&D stuff. We do quest stuff. WatcherDM.com. At WatcherDM on like all the socials and stuff. Subscribe, like, share. I don't know. I
Thank
guess.
you.
All right. Thanks. Love you. Bye.